Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel. It's been a long time since I filmed a video on here. 2020 was a crazy, difficult year for a lot of us. And today, I wanted my first video back to be the 20 things that I learned in 2020. To be honest, I don't even know if I filmed one video in 2020. There was a lot going on in the world, a lot going on in my life personally, and just everything was just a lot in 2020. Hey, I'm back with a new video, and it'll be the 20 things I learned in 2020. Number one, first thing on my list is things can fall apart at any moment, and sometimes you have to just roll with it. I think 2020 was just a train wreck, just just to say the least. A lot of things were falling apart for a lot of people. The year just, and the circumstance just kind of forced us to slow down and just do things in a way that we did not expect to do things. And we kind of just had to go with the flow. We can get through it, basically. So that was the number one thing that 2020 taught me. Number two, having an emergency savings or fund or account or budgeting is almost necessary. A lot of people lost their jobs and struggled financially because of what was going on with the ongoing pandemic. It definitely has taught me to learn how to better budget my money, make smarter choices with my money, put money aside for times like these when you don't expect things to fall apart, but they do. So definitely I have gotten more into trying to save more money, looking at what my money is going towards. So definitely 2020 taught me a lot about that. Number three, failure is inevitable. Something that I've always known, but I think this past year has kind of put it into perspective for me that failure sucks. Always going to get to the place that you want to get to in the time that you think that you're gonna get there, and it sucks, but sometimes it can be an opportunity for something better. Sometimes the path is not always smooth sailing. Sometimes God has a bigger plan for you and your life. You know, having patience and having faith is a big part of the journey, and it's not about how fast you get there. It's about actually getting there and actually pushing forward and just making sure that you have the motivation to get there and you have the patience to get there, and that you trust that sometimes failure is a part of the process. Number four, it's okay not to be okay. In 2020, like, come on now, everyone was just not okay. Something that I used to be about is that sometimes it felt like I was not okay for a very long time. So it's okay not to be okay, even if it's for longer than you think. Sometimes it just takes time to work through things. It takes time, and it's okay. You just have to take it day by day. You wake up and you find something to push you forward, and you find gratitude in the things that you have. And it's okay if you don't always feel happy. It's okay if you don't always feel like you have it together. It's okay. Slowing down and not being able to be as busy as I usually always was really kind of opened up a lot of time for me to really acknowledge how I was feeling, and just different things that I may have avoided or put to the back of my mind. And you know, it gave me time to just sit with my thoughts, especially if there's nothing to do, to not be okay and work through those feelings. Number five, family is everything, everything, everything. I have always been a family-oriented person, but I think with the pandemic, and there being so many people that have lost their lives, and so many people who have lost family members and lost friends. I think it just makes you really take a step back and really appreciate your family and the people that you have around you that love you and that you love, and kind of just hold them a little bit tighter, spend more time with them, because honestly you just never know. It just made me just appreciate and have gratitude for having my family around. Number 6, you are not what happens to you. I think for a long time I would put myself down and feel bad about things that would happen to me, and it's happened and I was a part of this, so maybe I'm not a good person, or maybe this is, and honestly it's just, you can fall into a rabbit hole. You are not what happens to you. Not everything that happens to you is your fault, and it's just working through that. And number 7, therapy and meditation are cool. Sometimes it is good to have someone to sort through what you are going through in your life, and sometimes you need that time to just turn your brain off and just take some deep breaths and take it in, let it go, and just relax. I have really gotten into meditation, and just quiet meditation has definitely helped me kind of calm my anxiety and just nervousness down some. For anyone that is interested in meditation, one of my favorite meditation apps right now is the Calm app. They have sleep meditations, they have daily meditations, sleep sounds, ocean sounds. Number 8, online learning sucks when it is forced. Just like everyone else, I was forced to take all of my classes online, and when I had to take classes online beforehand, before pandemic, it wasn't that big of a deal to me. But when you're forced to take them, and the communication is so much different, and the learning is a lot different online, and it's an adjustment for not only students but professors and administrators, it is very hard to learn. So for anyone out there that is just started school again, I wish you the best of luck. Number 9, you do not have to constantly pour into others and constantly not receive in return. I am the type of person that when I have friendships and with people, I will constantly give all that I can to them, and then always not feel like I am receiving the same effort in return or the same appreciation that I feel like I am giving off in return. And not saying that in friendships it is about give and take. When you're pouring into others, it is also nice to have something pour back into you. And in 20 learned that I can't give my all to everything and everyone and just always not be fulfilled in return, because it is exhausting, especially for someone who loves to just encourage and be there for their friends. But you know, sometimes it's just, you can't do everything, and you can't constantly give, not feel fulfilled in return. So 2020 definitely taught me to kind of take a step back, give more to myself, and just appreciate what I have and what I have to give, and know that I can't always pour into others and exhaust myself with those efforts. And number 10, communication is key. This is something that I have known, communication, and only for the most part being able to communicate through phone and FaceTime and not really seeing people in person kind of taught me to communicate better. My approach to staying in touch with people, because when the world is shut down and you can't go hang out with your friends and you can't do as you would, sometimes the communication gets lost and you can go days and weeks without catching up with some of the people that you would normally see regularly. Communication skills were definitely improved. In number 11, only control what you can. People can relate to this. Sometimes you just want to control everything and you want everything to kind of let go of the expectation of things being a certain way and only controlling situations that I have control over and not. Number 12, healthcare requires a lot of empathy and patience, and every day is not always smooth sailing. Started working in healthcare this past year, and it has taught me a lot about patience and understanding and just kind of being there for someone, especially in a time like a pandemic where people cannot see their family member or they can't really interact and see your face because you have on a mask and you have on a face. It is just important to always keep a kind heart when you are working with people who may be ill or going through a hard time. And I just want to shout out all the people working in healthcare right now: doctors, nurses, CNAs, administrators, payroll, all of you guys. Shout out to you. Number 13, self-care. That's it. Do a lot of self-care to get through the days, the months. I'm probably a self-care queen. Number 14, not everyone will understand you, accept you, appreciate you. Just have to keep doing you and just keep doing you. Do what you can, and don't change yourself just because you feel like other people don't understand you or are not reciprocating what you are giving off or how you are as a person. Situations and in some friend groups and in some areas of my life, I just felt like I wasn't, or that I needed to kind of change myself to be understood or for people. Honestly, it's exhausting and I don't have time anymore, so this is it. Kind of just is what it is, and you just realize that you're gonna be in spaces and different places and around people that will appreciate who you are and what you do. So that's really all that matters. 15, life is so short. Basically just live how you want, love as much as you can, be the best person that you can be, because you just never know when it's that time, and you never want to look back and be like, I should have done this. A lot of the things that I have wanted to do or held myself back from doing is because of the fear of like, oh, maybe people are gonna think this of me. Oh my gosh, I can't do that because so-and-so is doing it. But at the end of the day, no one is doing anything like you. You might as well do what you want to do. People are going to like you or dislike you, whether you're doing good or bad. So why does it matter? You might love doing it at the same time. You don't have to carry the burden of every situation. Resolve it if you can and move on. In the past, there would be situations where I would feel bad and would kind of just like hold that burden of the negative situation on my back alone, and it would kind of bring me down to the point. Not every situation is going to be great. Not need to move day by day holding on to the burden of every situation. Goes back to number 15, life is so short. Not everyone is going to like you. You don't like everyone. 17, adulting is hard. A lot of things that paying for tires and just unexpected adult expenses that would make you be like, bruh, just send me back to being 5 years old because I don't want to deal with this right now. So adulting is hard sometimes, but figure it out and and just figure it out. Number 18, quality over quantity in everything. Friendships, relationships, opportunity. I'd rather have quality people around me, quality opportunities, than an abundance of things that are not as good and don't benefit me and don't fit my lifestyle, don't resonate with me as a person. You always want to have things that are really good in your life, and it doesn't always have to be a lot. You should focus on the things that you have, if that's what brings you fulfillment and brings you happiness and brings you peace. Number 19, you always have the opportunity to recreate yourself. It's never too late to change your story. Never too late to try new things. It's never too late to let go of bad habits, to to just immerse yourself in something out of your comfort zone. I found myself in 2020 just kind of doing a lot of soul searching, a lot of reflection, a lot of realizing that there was a lot that I wanted to do and a lot of things that I would not do, a fear of like, well, people know me as this, so this is how I have to stay. And in the past, I would allow people to kind of put me in a box and kind of say, well, you can be all of this, but you can't be this as well. Recreating, as in redoing my whole how I am as a person, but just learning more of how to be myself and tapping into more things that I really enjoy doing, and not really holding on to the things that I used to love to do that I no longer love to do, and just kind of like finding things that were just more me. So just recreating the person you want to be, that's okay, because like I said, it's never too late. Be who you want to be, to take new opportunities, to live more outwardly as yourself. So, which leads me into the 20th thing that I've learned, which is to be you. I think 2020 really took a lot of pressure off of me, to be more of who I am, and to be more of who I am, and to love who I am, and to just not always worry about if other people love who I am, and to kind of just be the person that you want to be, not the person that other people want you to be, and just being up more for myself, and allowing certain energies and certain people and certain situations really bring me down and put me into a bubble and kind of make me feel small. I think in the past I would allow myself to be in situations and around people that would make me feel small and make me feel like I couldn't be myself, outwardly be me. So just be you, and who you are is beautiful. Love the person that you are and the person that you are becoming. So those were the 20 things that I learned in 2020. There will be more videos to come. Go ahead and like this video and leave me any of your video recommendations. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.